Hello, stock traders. Wow, today was interesting. We had the Trump tweet, and wow, that really changed things later in the afternoon. It was really kind of crazy how fast things can change, but that's how the market moves, and that's why it's so important to pay attention to what's going on in the market when you're deciding to trade inside of it. Today, I did finish with a 2.3% gain. I was extremely happy with that, considering everything that happened. If you were following the top 7 and others from yesterday's video, then you would have probably had a 0.38% gain today because of some of those stocks did really well. Month to date, you would be at a 4.51% gain so far. The Dow Jones Industrial in comparison is negative 0.14%. So that's pretty good. Year to date, I am at 505% return. So I'm excited to be over that 500% mark. I've never been there before, so that's kind of neat. And I will be treading carefully definitely the rest of the year. So my day trade picks today, and let me just kind of start with those, really helped me out. My very first one was AYX. Also another I had was WWR and PPSI. So those did really terrific. I had a 39% gain trading those, and AYX was one that I was able to trade for most of that percentage gain. I was able to do a really nice option call day trade, and it worked really smooth, and it was really pretty great. I like to use Webull for my intraday trading, and the reason why I do is because it has such great scanners and so many great tools available. And so I highly recommend that you check it out. It's definitely a powerful broker. You get one free stock when you sign up and another free stock when you deposit money. So please check it out in the description down below. All right, so there were a ton of sales today. I just made a bunch of sales. Once that tweet went out, I analyzed it, looked at it, decided that it would probably be a good idea to sell a lot of my securities. So that's what I did. And then I also put out notifications in our Patreon group and through our Discord what I was doing, and kind of left it to everyone else to make up their own minds. But my opinion was that the tweet was not bullish for sure. So today, before the tweet, I sold SAFE, so I sold safe hold. It had been over 5 days since insider activity, and so it was time for me to sell it. I sold it for a 21% gain, so it was definitely a great win, and hopefully you had a lot of great gains with that one also. I sold FBIO, Fortress Bio, for a 7.1% gain. The reason why I sold that is a PDUFA run-up, and I sold this before the tweet happened, and it's just getting too close to the decision date, and I never hold through decision date. Saw an opportunity to sell it for a small gain, and so I decided to do so. The next I sold was PSTI, sold for a 4.1% gain. This is all before the tweet. And then now here comes the tweet. So once the tweet happened, I sold VOXX for a 35% gain, although I rebought it back later on. I sold UEPS for a 0.9% gain, bought it back later on. Sold AMZN, Amazon, for a 4% loss. Sold PRGS for a 1% gain. Sold KMX for a 2% loss. Sold SPPI for a 4% loss, but I bought back because I thought it dipped too far, although I probably got in too early definitely on that again. I sold Kala for a 5% gain, but then I bought it back in a small position. I sold SAVA, SAVA, for a 2% loss, and I sold SPT for a 29% gain. So that was a call option that I had on that one, and so I decided to sell it. It was well up in it, so felt really good about that. So there's lots of action definitely happening. Once that tweet happened, I got really aggressive. And one thing I've just kind of learned is when Trump tweets and it's about stimulus, you know, the market can fall. And definitely just after reading it, I felt like a lot of people would panic. And so I wanted to get out before the panic. You know, that's going to happen. Once I saw that happen and started to see stocks drop in reaction to that, I was definitely out. So we have the top 7 here, and the top 7 is going to look quite a bit different because usually we have the top 7 and others, but there are no others. There are only 7 stocks going into tomorrow. I think would be a great idea. And the first one, although I would be careful with it in a small position, I would definitely wait on all of these until you saw SPY, you start to see SPY start to go upwards again, or you see the market bottom out and turn around, then that would be a clue that it is time to get in. And so that's one thing I like to do is I will watch the market, and I will watch the NASDAQ, and I will watch SPY, and just watch it and see when I could see that turnaround start to happen, and then I'll buy stocks again. But in this kind of situation, it's best to just let it drop drop and continue dropping until it's done. Number seven is KALA. Today it finished up 6.16%. Believe it or not, my average in it is now $8.34, but I sold it and rebought it back. And this is Color Pharmaceuticals, and they have a PDUFA upcoming, and this stock was just starting to get hot, so it's really too bad that this happened. I'm hoping that it does better. I have a small position. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully this should be good, but they have an October 30th PDUFA date, and that's for Elsuvis. It's for dry eye disease. So analysts have an average target on this of $20.80. So that is number 7. Number 6 is SPPI. I would be very careful with these picks. Make sure that the market is starting to turn around before you enter. Today this finished down 2.15%. My average in it's $4.12. This has an October 24th PDUFA date, and this is Spectrum Pharma, and it's for Relantis, which is a chemotherapy drug, which I think is very important and marketable. Analyst, I put a target on this of $10.42. All right, the next is PRGS. So today it finished up 2.40%. I like the stock because it's had so much insider activity that I think it will prop the price up definitely. And so I re-entered it. My average now in it is $39 a share. And this is Progress Software, and CEO and the CFO of the company has been buying up shares in open market. And also there has been directors that have been buying shares also. And number four is VOXX, and I still like audio VOXX, VOXX International. VOXX today finished down 2.24%. My average in it now is $8.63 as I sold it. Collie Holding has been buying up shares, and this morning Collie Holding bought shares again, and so there has been lots of insider activity on this. It has been 17 business days in a row, and I think a stock like this can definitely hold up through all of this because there is an insider propping it up from underneath. So whenever there's a dip, Collie Holding is buying your shares. I think that this is one that will really hold its value going through this stuff. We shall see. All right, number 3 is UEPS, and today this finished down 0.58%. My average in it's $3.40 now. This is Net One Tech, and Value Capital Partners and Anthony Hall have been really loading up shares on this. So every couple of days has been insider activity reported for multiple days, and it's been 7 business days in a row that insider activity has been reported. Again, my thesis is that I think this will continue to do well, and the reason being is because that insider activity will be propping it up. Well, we have a Patreon group, and it is a great group of individuals who really help each other, and all of them have different strengths. A lot of great investors and stock traders in that group, and if you are looking to be part of something powerful, please check it out in the description down below. It's definitely a great group to be a part of, and I hope to see you there. Now, let's get to the top 2. So the top 2, these are just 2 stocks that don't have any insider activity. This is literally in reaction to news, and there are just times when the market is not going to do well. And so these are ones that I like when the market is not doing well. And the first is UVXY. So this is number 2 on my list right now. I think tomorrow this would be a good idea to get in. This is the Ultra VIX short-term futures, and it tends to do extremely well when there's volatility in the market, and there definitely is that now. And so that is a good stock to load up on at the moment. And number 1 on my list, and you might be kind of like, what, really? Is JDST. And this is a stock that is a fund that when gold prices go down, the stock goes up in price. And I'm bullish on this right now because with no stimulus, the gold has been rising because of the weakness of the dollar and investors wanting to go into gold to offset that. Well, now with no stimulus, it makes sense to me anyway that gold would go down in price. And if gold goes down in price, then JDST is going to go up. And so that is my thesis behind it. And as long as there is no deal and truly they can't come to an agreement, which it seems like they are far apart from that right now, the Democrats and Republicans, that I think JDST is one that will do well going forward. I do a lot of work for this list, and if you could do me a huge favor and please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you were to share this video with your friends, I'd be honored by that. And of course, if you haven't done so already, if you could please subscribe and then turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when any one of these new videos comes out. So with everything that's going on in the market, I know that it's difficult. But in any market, there are opportunities. You just got to work harder for them. So I am going to be looking at all my scanners, working very hard and diligently to find the best opportunities, the best setups, so that I can trade the best setups and have the most success. Let's have a great rest of the week. This does not mean that you can't make money in these type of markets. You can. It's just more difficult. Let's have a great tomorrow, and Raythoven out.